So, hello, I'm going to tell you about the concept about the internet. So, this is my concept about what is internet or how internet works. So, as you can see, it has different items or symbols that I use. Before I start, did you ever wonder on how the data or how data deliver on you, on which path was data passes just to deliver from the source to your gadgets? So here I will going to tell you about what happening to the data and how it be transmitted. So at this part, as you can see, this is the tower and this is our cellular phone, and this is the symbols of electromagnetic wave. From the If you're using your cell phone, for example, searching for something from the internet, so the data passes through the fiber optic cables, then through the towers. Then from the towers, the data is transmitted to the or by the use of electromagnetic wave, which is this. That's why when we were connecting to the internet using our phone, it is wireless because it's using connection with the use of electromagnetic wave. This is the curly line like in this part. So same process if you're going to send data through your cell phone. So the data from your cell phone will be transferred with the use of the wavelength to the tower, then passes through the wire, the fiber of the cable. The fiber of the cable, it uses light to send data through the internet. So this is the common devices that you are using in your home, and this is devices in the office. So through the use of internet, the router is the one that routing the data to the different devices like the desktop, the television or the IP phone, and the laptop. Laptop also uses wireless connection like the phones, and while the desktop uses wired connection, especially the IP and the television. So in this office, it is same structure as in the houses, which the desktop, it is connected to the switches, and then the router that was routing the data. So no one owns the internet, but since there's a lot of things need to manage, in the internet, there's especially the IP addresses that is assigned, the domain name. So there is an organization that is called ICANN, an international organization that the one who manage the internet. So while you were searching in the internet, of course you can search using the IP address, but it is difficult to remember the IP address because it is not blocks of numbers or groups of numbers. So that's why we are searching to the internet using the domain. So just through the domain, it can search, or it is like the address that we going to that directs us to the page or website that we want to see. Maybe all of you know on how a simple letter sent to the receiver, the post letter like that, as if in the past years where email is not to use. So it is also like on how internet works. Those letters has its own IP address, which was needed to find the destination of the message. Like in the internet, there's also an IP address which the data will be transmitted, or the destination of the data. So this is what I know about the internet, about the concept of the internet. So now I'm going to go to the answering the activities in the lectures. So I'm going to do now, this is one of the activity in chapter 1, which I'm going to drag the answer to these boxes. So what is end devices? What is the function of end devices? The end devices provides an interface between the human and the network. The intermediary devices, the one that provides connectivity and ensure data flow across the network. So the network media, it is the one that provide a channel for message to travel from source to destination. So let's check. It is correct. Let's wait for the internet. So as we were waiting for the internet, and devices provides an interface between the human and the network. Intermediary devices provides connectivity and ensure data flows across the network. And the network media is the one that provides the channel for messages to travel from source destination. So the internet was back, so let's answer this. So the end devices, what is the representation of end devices? This one. Those are the end devices. But what are the intermediary devices? Those are the intermediary devices. Then the last one is the network media. So check. We're waiting for the internet connection. So listening the devices that is shown. So this is a IP phone. This is a laptop. A wireless tablet, desktop, printer, telepresence endpoint. Next is firewall appliance, the switch, the router, the wireless router, and the multi-layer switch. So next is the one media, the wireless media, and the LAN media. So these are my activities. The Lab Research Network in collaboration tool. So here, there's things that needed to do is create Google account, but I have my own Google account already. So I would going to use Google Drive. So this is my Google Drive where you can add new folder, upload files, upload folder, or even share it with others. So I know all of you know about Wikipedia. So this is Wikipedia. So let's wait for the internet for Wikipedia. But before that, we're going to proceed first. So, can you think of other collaboration tools using business for today? I think it's Office 365, Skype for Business, Yammer. So, what collaboration tool do you see are useful to the network administrator? I think it is Skype, because through the Skype, network administrator can talk to others network administrator. So let's go back to the wiki. Oh, there's no internet, so let's read again. I'll tell you later. Then next is this activity, the packet tracer network representation. So this is an example of network representation. Then explain the purpose of it. What is the client and server model? So client are those computers that enables other computers to refresh and show information obtained from the server. Then the server are the computer that want providing the information from the client. So these are the list to function of intermediate devices, and this is the criteria for choosing a network media type. Data. So what is the difference between LANs and WANs? What is LAN? LAN is local area network, where WAN is wide area network. LANs provide a network in a small geographic area, while WAN is on wide geographic area. So next activity. So have the navigation tip. So this is next activity. So there's an answer. What information can you configure in IP configuration window? It is the information you can get in IP configuration window is the address of the end devices or the data server. So this is the next activity. So converters is capable of delivering data, voices, and video between many different types of devices. So example of this is cable TV companies, Sprint Communication. So the list of ISPN we found: PLDT, Globe Broadband, Sky Broadband. So this is the table where it's shown internet service provider and the product name of the converged service. So next activity. So this activity is all about the job opportunities which we do on the first video that we send. So in this web page, the master.com, I found out network engineer. Network engineering is skills needed to decide performance of beauty. The jobs that I needed to exist is the senior IT system and network administrator, and which one and what skills or certification do you require? So network engineer is needed a Cisco ISE. So next activity is draw your concept on internet now. On the first part of this video, I show you what is network and how it was happened. So let's go back. Wikipedia is not yet ready. So when doing these different club and activities, I can learn something, and I can gain more knowledge about networking. So those activities are great help for me, especially knowing basic concept about networking. So that's all for this video, and thank you for listening and watching, and goodbye.